All right, come on.
All right, well, we're rolling tape. So tell me y'all's names.
My name is Samira.
My name is Blair.
What do you want to know about Charleston? Hey, boo.
How long you been here in Charleston?
Right here. I like her.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
How long y'all been here in town?
I lived in Charleston for 5 years.
5 years of
my
our
profession is a graphic designer, and he's a chef at Charleston Cooks.
Okay. What brought you here? Just the opportunities?
We both went to college
We
on
met
Market Street.
at the Art Institute in Charleston.
Are y'all from South Carolina?
Yeah.
Yes, close to North Carolina, about 30 minutes out. My hometown is Mullins, South Carolina, and he's from Lancaster.
Okay, cool. And what do you like most about our state?
South Carolina is the prime of the South.
Yeah?
It's the prime.
Explain that to me.
The prime, I believe, you can get the best of it here. It's the most culture.
The most culture. All right. And explain that a little more. Like.
I believe it's the most culture because the city of Charleston, where we are now, you can get all types of walks of life and everything that you would like to, tap into, the arts. Every place, anything else is like boring, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you think?
Yeah, and I feel like Charleston is the best mix of, city and country and southern life as a whole. Like,
Exactly.
It's crazy. Like, I just recently visited Atlanta.
Yeah.
And nothing to Atlanta, but it's just totally different. It's almost too big and kind of trashy a little bit. I mean, but here in Charleston, it's just kind of warm. Like I still feel like I'm at home, but I'm not really at home.
Exactly, because we're born and raised Carolina, we still have that dose, but also another dose of getting some culture,
City
different
life.
things of city life.
Right, and it's
Love
it's so interesting you mentioned like diversity and stuff. And see, I'm just coming from LA, and a lot of people think like, oh, it must be so racist down there in Carolina. What are your thoughts on that? Is it racist?
I'll give you a prime example because of the Charleston 9 that just happened.
Okay.
Because of that event, it was a total opposite of what America was thinking that was going to happen. They thought we were going to be marching, doing all this other buku stuff, but actually the city showed what it was about, and everybody was united. It was a platform of united, and I feel like the rest of the nation should take after that platform.
Yeah, because
Charleston set a great, excellent example of that.
This is the only place where there wasn't rioting, right?
In the Carolinas, and because he murdered 9 people, it was that. It was the complete opposite. Charleston showed a different face.
Because that wasn't what it was about. Like both of us work at places that we are the only black people, which is not a problem because they don't treat us like we're the only black people.
Yeah.
It was never a really big deal.
What did you think about like taking down the Confederate flag on the State House? What were your thoughts on that?
You want to go first?
You go ahead.
Okay.
My opinion on that was something that I feel like people were trying to go ahead and take a tackle on that, like make a platform of something else because of the incident that already happened. They wanted to go ahead.
They were sliding in.
Yeah, they wanted to follow through with that, but that's not what this incident was about. Granted, nobody knew that this was going to happen, but I feel like it was just, people were wanting to go ahead and like, oh, this happened, this is our chance to go ahead and do this. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, what I'm trying to say is just that, South Carolina is just, I feel like it's better than North Carolina, like opposites of the Carolinas, you know what I'm saying? South Carolina has something golden and it's a gem, especially for this city. It's just got a lot of history to it. When you walk on the streets, you can just feel the spirit of what used to be and what is now of the future, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a great platform for you to make it or do what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? So,
awesome, man.
And as you said, as far as the whole Confederate flag thing, it represented a lot of bad things, and then for a lot of people, their family, were a part of the war and all that kind of stuff, and that's so okay too, but it represented a lot of bad things for a lot of people, and so that's why I think it started such a big hubbub and a big situation.
Exactly.
But for me personally, I'm glad it's all done with, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I don't like all the back and forth and all that. I don't like all of that. Like we want to live together. Like most of us that are born now, we're done with that. We don't care about stuff like that. Like we're past all that. It's all because I actually spoke to my grandma about it. Because she was alive during the time where it was segregation and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, Grandma, how do you feel about what's going on now? Do you feel like things are repeating? Do you think that things are getting worse or better? And she said she feels like, things that people really just don't want to let it go on both sides. They don't want to let it go. And so so when she said that, that just let me know that, there are period. People just don't want to let it go.
but the thing about it, there's these two sides, but it's also a
Two
medium.
extremes.
It's two extremes, but also there's a medium. And what Charleston exposed was that medium.
Thank you.
Because it was united. It was a united response that they gave to the nation.
Yeah.
And explained and gave an expression
And
of
people were mad now.
of what the city was really
People were
about.
mad at us
The
for
people
that.
that were mad were the ones that were on those either sides. You know what I'm saying? And Charleston is just not like that. So that's what my opinion was about. You know, for him to come and put that opinion, you know, his expression in the atmosphere, because Charleston doesn't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that down here.
We don't.
And it was just kind of for him doing that was just my initial, you know, anger response. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would he come down here and do that? And then, you know, it's besides him killing 9 people, that upset me even more. You know what I'm saying? But Charleston is just, Carolina is just not
But
like that.
I'm so glad that Charleston did the opposite of what
Yeah.
he wanted them to do. He wanted to create this whole race war.
Yeah.
You know?
There wasn't really any of that here, was it?
No.
No. We don't get down like that.
We don't.
How we talking to you? You know what I'm saying?
This is how
we get down.
Yeah.
You know, it's a love thing.
Because if you're an intelligent person, you're able to speak to somebody or speak about a situation and not get upset.
It's a love thing. What God wants us to do is to tap into the nature of love and get back to that. And once we tap into that, then that's the end of it. But if you go against love and you start going into these different things, then that's just gonna be, you know, you're gonna keep going back into facing the problems that you already occurred with.
Exactly.
But when you face love and you deal with love, then that's gonna be the end of it.
Were you surprised at how quickly like the church forgave the
No, I wasn't.
No.
I wasn't for a number of reasons, but I won't tap into that.
No.
But aside of Charleston being what it is, it's a city about, you know, just we don't deal with all of that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, why would he come down here and put that in the atmosphere? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
but then again, when you're a religious person, point blank, when something happens like that, you already know that it's led by your Creator. It's led by God. So it happened for a reason. So that's why they forgave him so easily.
I feel like I feel like the 9 lives they weren't in vain.
No.
You know what I'm saying? When shit like when things like that happen, like it's not in vain. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's either a lesson that is to be taught or something that's to be brought to surface for you to learn from. So I feel like their lives weren't in vain. Granted, I'm sorry that they did pass away, but at the same time, it's just like Charleston did that. It shows you, like, you know, that's not how we deal. That's not how we get down. Like, you know.
Right. You know, and what are your thoughts? I mean, there are some people, you know, on YouTube, quite a large following, who think that, you know, there's more to the story that meets the eye. That's actually, you know, somebody in the powers that be that are actually trying to start a race war, or that this thing could be a hoax.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Is that possible, or is that completely just an insane idea?
You know, every day on a day basis, there is a masses. There is a masses out there, and they have the power, and they are, you know, constructed to do. They do what they want to do because they are in power. But like I said, Charleston dealt with it in a more responsible and collective manner. Like, that's just not what we're about.
But I think there is a chance that, it's something, there are, like you said, there are powers that be that may have kind of created something and got that to happen so that so many other things could happen. Because you saw how the gay marriage, all that stuff start to slip in, right?
Yeah.
When that stuff was happening. I'm not stupid. Anybody that has a brain, like they all that stuff, it makes sense if you're on that conspiracy type level. It makes sense in that way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how the world is. I can see how if they think that's what happened, that would be a thing.
Like I said, I feel like when things like that happen, because it happens all over the nation and it happens every day, police brutality and things that are against like one group of people that are not equal, you know what I'm saying, like things that are negative. The thing about it is, like, when God wants us to prove that we love each other, and that's what we need to be doing. Once we show him that, that'll be the end of all costs. Like, no negativity, nothing is going to happen from that. Like, there's no dead ends with love. And that's the point that I'm trying to
And that's what everybody's missing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah? How were they missing it?
Because they're so caught up
From their own opinion.
Yeah.
and how things,
racial things,
what they're used
subjects.
to, what they're used to, and things that have been taught to them.
Do you think the media is baiting race or trying to get people against
Yeah,
it?
because they're in
Fox News.
yeah, Fox News definitely, and CNN. Shout outs to CNN. But what I'm saying, those tools, they're just tools, and they're connected to the masses and the powers that
And they
that
think
we
that's
stated-
what America
that we
wants to
stated
hear. And so that's why they're giving you that type of media.
Not necessarily what America wants to hear, but that's what, since they're in control, that's what they're trying to put out.
Well,
Or try to portray.
well, let me ask you this: do you think is it just about ratings and business, or is it or is there more of a political agenda?
A political agenda.
Political agenda.
A political agenda.
And slightly ratings with certain networks.
All of it's political agenda, ratings.
'Cause it's all about money at the end of the day.
Money,
They have to make money.
and everything that they've used to. They want things to stay how they've always been. They want to be the majority when they're really the minority, but we won't get into that.
Actually, that's a really good point. So how do people because we really aren't in the minority, so how would people, like with our opinions, what can we do to sort of be positive, or like what can we do to share this information with people?
We got to come to that medium, what I said, we got to come to love, because on love, we're all on the same platform. Because we're all human beings, and we all produce blood, and we all pump blood.
And stop being scared to be able to voice your opinion.
Voice your opinion,
whether it's your family or whoever.
Or be able to come in contact with somebody who doesn't share the same skin tone color as you.
Yeah.
Just because your family didn't get down like that in the 60s, you know what I'm saying? It's 2015, so there's a different notion going on. And that's in response to how Charleston was in response to what happened. You know what I'm saying? They responded differently than what America expected them to do. So
what did America expect? Just like riots?
Riots,
Ferguson.
marches,
what they
Ferguson,
expected.
all of that. They expected all of
And
that.
that's not what happened.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, how you doing?
Very upset with that. He's got it.
He got it.
He's got it.
Straight up.
Love incarnated.
Love. What's up?
The man speaks the truth.
What's up, baby?
How you know?
I know. I can see it.